We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
From UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Play fake. He'll look to throw. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Fourth down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
A gain of 32 that time. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He'll run it. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. That is going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have taken a first quarter lead. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. He's got it, and the Jets lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Jets 7, 49ers nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. That is incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Ashton Davis.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. It's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. And they'll try the option on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 8 yards out. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Space to maneuver at the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Now left side on the swing pass. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Jones. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Aaron Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are back within a score. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Man, it's good to see you out there, baby.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
All right, baby, that's big.
A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets will extend their lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Now, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. That's pulled in at the 32. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
On 41-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Take this one up to about the 13. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Back to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
San Francisco.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And that one will fall incomplete.
Intended for a
Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll throw now on the final play. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's complete. Albert Okuebuna. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 49 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Albert Okuebunam was the target there, but it's going to be 2nd down. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Cooper Kupp, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. An extra point attempt to follow here.
And this is what coaches talk about, never being satisfied. No matter what the lead, always trying to increase it. You never know what can happen in this NFL.
Jets 28, 49ers 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is. And this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game. So you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number one, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. They'll drop to throw. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Now back to throw. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And this offense continues to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments. And
across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go. 43 is the mic.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to defense.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, 49ers. Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
He'll return it from the 6. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Khalil Mack, his 2nd sack of the night.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Second and 13. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Going up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let... Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 32 on the play.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Again, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Flushed out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. At 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to 79 Bronco. At 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, it's Jones. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Here we go again. At 25
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the